Hey guys, John from Nothing But Cardboard. Got a PSA submission in today. Took approximately a month and a half. So, some exciting cards in here, do things different. Gonna break this video up into 2 videos, so this will be the first video, so stay tuned. Alright guys, John's here from Nothing But Cardboard. First video, gonna break this down, a little more discussion and change my grading strategy a little bit. What I try to do is do like the graders do. They grade all 4 categories, so centering, corners, edges, and surface. And they give that a grade, and then they average those out to what the final grade is. So on these cards, I try to do that myself. So I'll go through some of them as I work on them. The submission is a little bit different also. I kind of give Cody a hard time sometimes because he goes with linemen and defensive players, and they call them non-skilled players. And that's what I did. I watched a lot of playoffs last year, saw some games I don't normally see, so I saw some players that I liked and that there was some hype around, and invested in those guys. Also some cards that you normally can't afford. So you'll see some nicer cards in here that I can't afford if it was, Joe Burrow or Herbert. So that was another intrigue. So I kind of went with my heart a little bit on this. So I'm hoping once you start, the grades pop and go through, then you start looking up comps and you start looking over your pre-grades and you're like, man, what was I thinking? What was going on there? So I think I kind of got away with my heart a little bit on this one, and we'll see if it pays off. So we'll get into this and see what happens. So I'm going to do all the non-skilled players today. We have a NBC card here that we bought also that I'm going to put in this first part. So sent these cards off March 21st. Today is May 1st, so we just got them back. So they finished grading on April 29th. So they're doing pretty good. And now the special's over, so we'll see what happens if they do another special or how many cards you're getting. All right, so the first card, this is one of the guys that I watched and really liked, Sam Laporta, tight end for Lions. Nice card. Neon green pulsar. So I won't show you all of these on every card. But this one had a back left edge issue. I graded 9.5959. That was the back. 9.5. So I said it was going to be a 10. Companies will average the grades. Each company is different how they do it. If it'll pull it up a whole grade, if it only goes up half a grade. So it just depends. But I pre-graded this a 10. So I only got a 10. So very good. So I have $36 in this card, and the 10 last one sold for $75. Of course, we're a long way from football season, so we'll see what comps will be when they get here. This guy I'm huge on. I saw a couple games. It was a Monday night game, and Manning brothers were really talking him up a lot, and they had a linebacker on there, and he was just ranting and raving about this guy and how much he liked him. And then during the broadcast, I watched another game, and they were just talking about how he's a shutdown guy and he does so good. So watching him play, had a good attitude, and just was drawn to the guy. So this is the red sparkle. This one, the 9-10, it was really close. There was a front issue on this card, so eye appeal is a big deal when PSA is ordering cards, or when PSA is grading cards. The eye appeal has a lot to do with it. So if there's issues on the back, they may get away with it. And this one, I was also had a question on the centering. This side's a little bit closer than this side. A lot of stuff going on. So I had to pick a number. I wasn't just going to say 9 or 10. It has a chance for a 10, but I thought it was going to pull a 9. And it got a 10. So very cool. Very cool. That card, I got $49 into it. Nope, wrong card. So this card I have $31 into it. And the last one sold for $65. Again, not a lot of hype around Kyle Hamilton. I actually told John and Cody about him, and they're like, who? I don't think I've heard of him. So we're in Florida, we root for the Bucks. So a lot of times we don't get to watch certain players on certain teams. So this is the blue sparkle. This one I pre-graded, also a 9. Thought it had a chance for a 10. Card number 15. So the back had an issue and the front was clean, so also pulled a 10, so very cool. So instead of just looking at a card and saying that's a 9 or that's a 10, I'm trying to do 4 grades like I said and be a little more specific, and I'll learn as I go. What I should have done instead of doing 9, 5, I've got that because we started doing HGA, CSG. There's a lot of the half grades back when we did CSG, and it's different. It breaks it down. Even PSA has an 8.5. So I just figured it was a little more specific if I did 0.5s, but it made it a little more confusing too. Instead of when I look at the grades, I see 9, 9.5, 9, 9.5 instead of, PSA would be just 10, 9, 10, 9. I don't know how they do their subgrades, but that's how their final grades are. So I just went with that. So this is the pink optic rated rookie. This one, the centering, I was questioning because this side you can see how it's so much smaller than this one. But when I looked on comps online, or not comps, but when I looked up cards on eBay, I looked at PSA 10s and some of these pulled a 10. So that's like a normal centering. So this one, I just put that it was a 10. No 9, 10, just a 10. This was card number 4. Yeah, the 9 on the front, the centering I wasn't sure about, like I said, and everything else was Jim. Of course, it got a 9 after I say all that. So maybe it was the centering. Didn't see much more, but who knows? And another Kyle Hamilton. Interesting. So this is the blue optic rookie ticket. So it's out of 99. And again, these are cards that I normally won't purchase. It's hard for me to put a lot of money on a card. So these were all cheap. This is the blue. So I got this card for $8. So I have 28 into it total, including grading fees. 9, 10. So I circled 9, then I thought it would get a 9. Card number 6. Got a small mark. The front right edge had a little bit of an issue. Well, again, anytime it was on the front, I was going to be a little bit harsher. So PSA 9. Pulled a 10. So I'm pretty much 0 for 0, but I'm glad that they're bumping up. I got a 10. No comps on this one. When I looked them up, I couldn't find any comps. So, assuming because he's a defensive guy, it is a numbered card. They're going to be hot this year because they picked up running back from Tennessee. My mind has just been going blank lately. I can't think of people's names. Derrick Henry. So they're going to be a tougher team. So I'm going to comps probably 60, 75 bucks. So we'll see. Another guy that I watched and was just dominating and getting pressure on the QB. Good player, exciting to watch. Aiden Hutchinson. So I picked up his card. This is the Purple Shock. This one I pre-graded 9-10. I said it was going to pull a 10. So I have $30 into this, including grading fees. This card was number 8 on the sheet. So it had 95959. Soft corner on the back. That corner looks a little bit rough. Maybe it was that bottom corner. So we'll see. But I pre-graded it a 10. I got an 8. So yeah, there's something there. Centering's not terrible compared to the pink Hamilton, but it could be that. I do see the corner on the back. A little rough, so that one, the comps are going to be nothing. PSA 9 sold for 28, so that's probably like a $15 card. Alright, got one more Kyle Hamilton. This is a tricolor, so it should be at a 249 or at a 149. This one was a perfect card. Out of all the cards, I think this is the one that I just said was a perfect card. Number 5. Yeah, I just put perfect card. There was nothing wrong with it that I could find at all. That scares me a little bit. I picked this card up for $8, so I got $28 into it. I pulled a 10, so that makes me feel good about my pre-grading, and it makes me feel good about PSA. It seems like they're getting a little more consistent. You know, because they don't match my grades doesn't mean they're not good graders, but when we pre-grade a lot of stuff 10s and they come back 9s or 8s and we get a bunch of them, it's just like we always say the grader's having a bad day or something happened. But so I got 28 bucks out of that, and there was none that sold. There was one that was listed for like $50. Comps, again, we're still 3-4 months away from any hype. Just had the draft, so we'll see what happens. All right, John and Cody, this is our card. So this is NBC's card. This is a Optic Aqua. So the Aqua is out of $2.99. We looked this card over. It was a 9-10. We thought it was going to pull a 10. Card number 3. Yeah, I had 9.5 on everything except the surface was 9, so there might have been one issue. Can't see anything on there. And it pulled a 9. Sorry, guys. I don't see anything. I'll have to look it over better. So we picked this card up for $138, so we got $148 into it. And the last card sold was a PSA 9, was for $123. We're going to take a little bit of a hit on this card. Season just kind of started. He hasn't gone off yet, so we'll see what happens with that. So, kind of happy with the way it's going as far as the pre-grading with the new system that I'm doing with the 4 grades. And I'll have to put the comps in the bottom to see how I'm going to make out for my sales. I only had $728 only. It's a lot. I had $720 into these cards, this reveal and the next reveal that you'll see. So I just have to sell that many cards, and I have some big cards in the next one that could really make a big difference. So appreciate you guys watching. Let me know what you think if you watch these players. If you guys know anything about Kyle Hamilton, put it down below. I think this year he's going to do really good. They drafted another corner defensive guy on the other side, I think maybe in the first round. That's really going to help him out, and he'll be able to tee off and do a little bit more. So let me know what you think about the way I'm pre-grading with the 4 categories and the players also. And as usual, we appreciate you guys watching. We just went over 3,000 subscribers. We're working on a giveaway that we want to do coming up soon. So we do appreciate you guys, and we always like reading the comments. Sometimes they're silly or funny, but we read them all and we like them. And again, leave a like and check out video number 2. It's going to have all the QBs in it. So appreciate you guys.